All right. Welcome to the Galt Experience. I am here with Jewel that I was fortunate to meet at our country club about 4 or 5 years ago. Jewel, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We decided that we wanted to chop it up a little bit and discuss not only Jewel, we'll get to learn a little bit about her, but also her journey from different walks of life, different jobs she's had, and how did you got to Galt Insurance? So Jewel, tell us, how did you get here at Galt Insurance?
Well, it's interesting. I've always worked in hospitality, specifically golf, country clubs. 2010, I walked into a country club that was actually under maintenance. I saw a Craigslist job and I just said, "Do you need help?" And immediately got hired. They interviewed me on the golf cart. I knew nothing about golf. The first day, I'm making tee times. They're asking me handicap questions. I'm thinking it's a car. I'm like, wait, what are we talking about? So get to 2024 and I decided it was time to leave the golf industry. It's like I maximized my potential. I was not going to go to Augusta.
Right.
I was happy with ending at Talus. It's one of the #1 clubs in Naples. So I was very fortunate to meet so many people. Members to this day still text me and we're like, let's go shopping, even if we're not at Talus. So it was really, really fortunate to kind of find my schooling through hospitality.
Right.
Meeting you has changed my life significantly. I finally found a place. I finally found a career where I can get that feeling where you're helping people, but you're still, you have a great job. I mean, everybody's like, wow, you work at Galt Insurance Group, you work on Fifth Avenue. And, they're used to seeing me in apparel and doing golf and Marissa collections. So it's nice to step away from that and get to wear outfits myself for fun and then go to work and just get to work. So,
well, we're so fortunate to have you. I remember when we did meet a few times, and I just remember your smile. I remember just the vibe that you had and how you made people feel. And I remember speaking to you about the potentially joining us later on after you'd left there, and you were like, yeah, let's talk about that.
I was so afraid because my insurance experience has not been the best, and maybe it was because I was unaware of how it all worked.
Right.
So in 2005, I was 15. It was a month after Christmas. My house burned down. Very unexpectedly, an accident. We had a wood frame house. My dad was actually cutting on premium, so he decided, okay, let's keep the hurricane, let's keep flood, we're going to get rid of fire. I don't know how he was able to do that in 2005. I'm not sure. I was 15, not in the industry, so not aware. But I kind of, now when we are discussing policies and people trying to cut, it's like, no. Especially what I went through. There's 6 kids in my family, so it was devastating. Thank God I lived in Naples. I mean, we had people helping us all around, but not everyone's fortunate like me that have people knocking on my door with $500 gift cards to Hollister and just helping us find rentals. So it was really, really difficult. And every time I heard insurance, I thought scam, but really I just didn't understand insurance. So now being in this seat and getting to help people, it's like I get to experience a whole new life. I get to understand something that I did not like and that I thought was against us, and now it's for us. So
that's such a cool story. I mean, it has a happy ending.
Yes, it's a happy
cool story,
ending. Yes,
but it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Talk about now having purpose of,
yes.
When you speak to someone and you've experienced something like that, and people can hear, there's not a shadow of doubt in your voice. They're like, no, you've experienced this. And when they do want to remove coverages, you're like, listen, let me tell you what happened to him. You're really helping people, because I think sometimes when most people get into the insurance industry, they really, not only do they not know about insurance, but they never experience a claim. They don't really understand it. So you're just kind of like, you get to learn the industry, and then as you move up, you get to sell the products, and you're just selling a product, right? It's like you're selling clothes or shoes. But when you realize the full impact, if someone does have a claim and you're able to get them back on their feet, and how powerful that is, that was life-changing for me. I don't think I had my first claim for about 4 or 5 years when I started the agency. When I had that first claim, to be able to hand that check to somebody and be like, listen, let's get you back on the feet. I mean, it doesn't replace the house, or it doesn't replace the car, it doesn't replace sometimes the person. But when you give it to them and just to see their face, they're like, wow. I mean, that is the impact. And we've joked around. I've told you some stories before where I have removed endorsements because I wanted to save somebody $10 here, or I wanted to save them $100 back when $100 was $100. and save them that. And then it came back and bit me because I was like, oh, well, I saved you $100, but you just had a $30,000 claim and now you don't have coverage. So that's the interesting thing about what we do is it's not that we just answer the phone and you tell us you're paying $3,000 and we're going to do it for $2,000. We really do sit down and really try to understand where people are, what they're trying to accomplish, and if anything happens, cover them. That's it. That's it. And I remember when you joined us, Jewel, I told you, said, listen, you're going to learn. We have like 30 or 40 companies we represent. It's going to be a lot. I told you the first probably 2 to 4 years is going to be a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys. I guess some days you're going to come in here going, this place is incredible. Then other days you're going to walk in here going, I don't know what I'm doing here and why did I even join this company? This was a bad move, like abandoned ship, like let's go. So we've talked that because there is so much to know in insurance. If you're doing it properly, we're not just selling something and moving on. And I think you're doing a great job doing it because you have started from the bottom where you're getting to work with different people here and see different styles. So maybe talk a little bit about that. Like you've worked with different people at the office. Everyone has their own style, but like, what's that been like?
So at first I was on Team Mike, which, everybody wants me on Team Mike, President Mike. That was great because you kind of get the full breakdown and he knows this, the back of his head. He can sleep and talk this. So he would just tell me step by step what to do. And then the next person I went to is Kristen, and Kristen's got a very large book. She's a colorful person. She's more like me. So she's in the sales field, but to see her in action at the same time, it's interesting because Mike's, a little bit quieter, reserved. He doesn't have, there's people calling Kristen left and right. So it's constant. And Mike's in that position where I think we want Kristen, in this light. So that's been really fun and kind of now she gives me so much responsibility and allows me to like help out. It's not just her telling me what to do. She asks me questions, which it's funny. I'm like, you're asking me? I'm like, well, I'm going to find out for you. Right. But now I'm also part of Ryan Reynolds' team, which is another privileged team at Galt. So, and I've only done a few things for him, but it's been great. I'm really excited. I'm just learning more. Yeah. I went from kind of like, all right, I get the billing. Okay, I know how to upload the deck page to, all right, do this endorsement. You don't know how to do it? Okay, well, there's plenty of people to help you out. There's plenty of chats. There's plenty of just information out there to resolve whatever is going on. So it's been very helpful.
Well, it's been fun to watch the evolution of you because I remember walking back to when you were sitting at the other office some days. I walked back there and just reading your body language and seeing your face, and you were like, help. And I remember talking to you and you're just like, this is overwhelming and it's a lot. There's a lot to learn in our industry and people don't realize that. There's a lot. But like I told you, like once you start really having little epiphanies and you're going, wait a minute, you put that puzzle together and you start going, oh, wait, this is the why behind it. And if I do this correctly, this person is covered. Like when you understand all of it, the confidence just builds. And I'm seeing the confidence in you. I would say, honestly, probably in the past 3 to 4 months, like it's just different. You're carrying yourself differently. And you should be proud of yourself because this is a hard industry. There's a lot to know. And you are working with all types of people that have different styles. So you got to be able to navigate and figure, okay, when to speak, what not to speak. So it's not just about selling a product. Then you have to learn your clients. And there's all different kind of clients. And you have to learn your team members and what makes them tick. And maybe somebody's a little bit more higher energy and someone's really just like, let's just get it done. And you've done a really good job navigating that. So kudos to you. It's really, really cool. Where do you see this all going? What is your goal? Let's start short. Yeah. What's your goal in the next year? By the end of 2026, what would have had to happen for you to go, man, I rocked that. That was awesome.
Well, okay, May's goal is to pass the 220.
Nice.
So right now we're studying.
Okay.
And I really want to be a sales agent fully by season. So by November, I really want to be out of the account manager role, which is a really great role. I mean, I'm learning so much to become a proper sales agent, but I really am not used to being tied down and not being able to talk to clients and not being able to get out there because I have bunch of people in this town that are like, quote me, do this, and I'm taking it in. But at the same time, I really want to be able to write this fully for them and not have to lean so hard on everyone else, which I can do if I'm in a circumstance I need to. Yep. But I want any client that comes to me to just fully trust me like they would if we were in a golf shop and
Right.
we were shopping.
Yeah.
I want them to have that same experience and to feel like they're completely, taken care of.
Well, I think you're doing great. To use a golf analogy that you'd understand, I feel right now you're basically on the range working on your putting and your chipping. And you're not necessarily playing in the tournament yet, but you will. And when you play in that tournament, you're going to have all these experiences where you're going to know, what club to use for your 50-yard shot and what club you use for your 100-yard shot. So you're in the lab right now.
Yes, we're working on that handicap.
We're working on the handicap. We're getting the numbers down a little bit, getting a little bit lower. But, I really have enjoyed just how everyone embraced you pretty quickly. I knew that would happen.
Very fast.
I think your first, I don't know if it was first week, first month, or first quarter, you joined us. We went on an epic trip.
Yes.
And it kind of kick-started it from there. And everyone embraced you. The team embraced you. I knew that would happen. My biggest concern was like, all right, how do we take this ball of joy, this happy person, and then keep her happy by learning all these things that are just a lot. And I was like, if she can just navigate this for the next year or two, which you have, I mean, you are going to be an absolute rock star when it comes to being an insurance advisor. I just know it. You just got to go through these little humps and you're on your way already. So again, kudos to you. I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to looking back at this at the end of Q4 and being like, all right, she's got her 220. Maybe then she's going to get her 215.
Yes.
Maybe she's selling, maybe she's doing all these things. The maybes will. So we will, we'll postmark this. We will save this one in the vault to see where you are in 2026. But
perfect. I can't wait.
I can't wait to. I appreciate you being on the Galt Experience.
Yes.
You've been an amazing guest.
Yes.
And if you guys like this, please like, comment, and share. And if you guys know Jewel, maybe give her a little comment. Tell her she's doing awesome because she is. And thank you for being on the Galt Experience.
Thank you guys.
All right. Good job, Jewel.
Yay.